thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I'm really sorry about the technical issues on that other video. I really decided just to redo it just because I was like, I would want the quality to be really good on mine. So, sorry about that. I just decided to do a whole different reading. So, what I'm going to be doing is pulling the charms, and then we're going to be reading the oracles of the crystal ball. These are the bonus cards that I'm going to be pulling out. So, I don't know if completely different charms are going to come out. I don't know if one of the reasons this happened is just because the energy has changed so much. Avery was also meowing a lot, so maybe there was just something going on. So we're going to pull the different types of cards. And first we're going to start with the charms. So let's go ahead and get started. Excuse me, I've had a tickle in my throat all day. All right, so let me put this in here a little bit closer so that you can kind of see. That's one advantage, I guess, is that we'll be able to put it right up there for you. So there's a lot going on. It's very interesting. I'll be interested to see what shows up in both of them. Because the thing that I notice is right in the middle, we have the charm for the divine masculine energy that is inside of you. I feel that is very important because it was in both of the videos. So let's see. Give me one moment. I'm just feeling the energy. So I do feel that this has to do with your life's romance as well, because here we have the word hug. We have love, trust, hope, dream. That's going over and over and over again on the circle here. We also have Lord Ganesh in this charm right here. So Lord Ganesh is the keeper of light who helps us with removing obstacles to our life and in our choices. I do feel that there are 4 people that you're going to have relationships with throughout your whole life. So I don't feel that this is going to be something that's like really quick succession of these people. I feel that it's something that you're going to learn from each person. So I do feel that there are some things about love that you feel are like secrets. You feel like, how come I don't understand this? How come this doesn't make sense to me? And I really feel that it's important to remember that you take some time for yourself. We have the word I here, and we have next to the word time. So I feel that part of the secret to you getting these loving, romantic relationships that you really do want, because I did feel that in your first reading as well. The secret is that you have to become the person who is providing things to yourself. So I feel like you are looking outside of yourself sometimes for that connection, for that love. And I feel that's why it doesn't always line up for you in the way that you want it to line up. So I do see we have 2 months here that are important. We have February and we have July. So I feel that something happened to you in July. I feel that the thing that happened really kind of enhanced some of your spirituality. This is the charm for the third eye and for opening the third eye. I do feel that you are on your way to the gentle, loving, hopeful, trusting relationship that you really want. I also feel that the person who is in this relationship with you, they're going to think you're really cool. Like that's the thing that's going to kind of like stand out to them. They're going to feel like you are like on top of things. You understand trends. I feel like you're actually going to be like younger than the person. I feel that through taking time for yourself, you're really going to heal any of the toxicity that came in from other relationships that you dealt with. So I do feel that when it comes to love, Stepping into your masculine energy is vital. Now that it's come out in both readings, I see that that masculine energy is something that you really haven't been bringing into relationships. So, masculine energy, like I said before, I'm not sure if you heard it, is not necessarily like man or woman or male or female. Masculine and feminine is something that we all have inside of us. So each of those, the masculine and feminine, are given specific characteristics that remind us of things. And sometimes in the past, they have been labeled as male or female, but those are two separate things. So I feel that as you are healing yourself and healing some of that masculine energy, you're going to find that you're more decisive. You're going to find that you're able to be more logical about things that are coming your way. I feel that right now you can sometimes get kind of swept up in the energy and the emotions of it, which is one of the characteristics of that more feminine type of energy. So I do feel though that you are really working on yourself, like where it's saying I time. I feel like you're taking that me time. You're really finding out who you are. So I feel that in February of 2022, there's going to be something huge that happens for you. If you continue on the path that you are currently on, there is going to be something that really shifts. Can you hear that ringing in your ears? I hear ringing in my left ear. I feel that there is a spirit guide that's kind of helping you with this. It's interesting because I feel like from the time that you received the first video till now, there has been some shifting. I've never had to redo someone's video. So I do feel, and I'm saying that in not like a rude way. I mean, like, it's never happened where the messages have been interrupted enough where I felt like it was warranted that the whole thing was redone. So I feel that in this experience, there are things that you are learning and that really need to be like brought home. And I feel like the energy of that masculine is the thing that you are definitely supposed to be paying attention to. There are things, because you aren't balanced in the masculine energy, there are things happening in your relationships that could be avoided if that was balanced and brought into the connection. So then let's go ahead and I'm going to do the part of the reading that is with the tarot cards. And then after we do that, we'll see what other charms we'll need to pull. And then also we'll do the bonus cards. So what is this? Oops, it's going all over the place. All right, all right. What is the past energy? What is the past energy? All right. We got like a whole bunch of them that fell out. So we have past, present, and future. So when it comes to romantic energy, the past energy that you are pulling up is showing as the reverse Eight of Pentacles. So the energy of the reverse Eight of Pentacles is about being a perfectionist. It's about wanting to have everything go a certain way. So sorry. Unfortunately, what happens with that is it doesn't leave any room for growth or for error. Also, sometimes when it comes to like the universe and what we have happening in our lives, oftentimes the things that we think are perfect really are a rut. So it's like you've always done the same thing, but you've also always got the same result. And I feel that in the past, you were really looking at, okay, well, things really have to be perfect in order for them to move forward for me. I have to have things in a certain way. When it comes to a relationship, it's like you had your list of things that were like checks that you wanted to be in a relationship with somebody who followed or fell into those certain that certain list. And I feel though that was definitely some behavior or thought processes that you've kind of left in the past. So then your current energy when it comes to like romance is showing as the Ace of Cups. I do feel that there's a lot of change happening in your life. There's this book that we've been reading. My sister's been reading and telling me about it. And she said that whenever people are coughing or whatever, there's a lot of change happening. So I feel like I really need to cough. So I do feel that there's some change happening. I don't feel that this was the energy for the first reading that I was reading. I feel like you have kind of stepped into some things. You've had some questions about things that were going on. But I'm really excited for you because in your current energy, it is showing a new relationship. Also, I'm really hearing the ringing in my left ear again, really strong. So I do feel that you had some kind of like mental shift. You had something that changed for you, and it changed in a really good way, because I feel like you went from this energy where you're feeling like a perfectionist to this energy of like, oh, well, maybe things can be new, maybe things can be different, they can be in a way that I've never experienced them before. So I feel that you have really shifted with some of your like open-mindedness when it comes to relationships. So then in the future, it's showing as the Eight of Swords. So now, the Eight of Swords energy is really about being trapped in your own mind. So if you look at the picture, they have a blindfold on. They're surrounded by all these swords in like a cage. But if they didn't have the blindfold on, they could just walk out in between the swords, and it wouldn't even be trapping them there. So I feel that some of the things that you kind of feel stuck in when it comes to relationships, some of those are because of how long you've been thinking about how relationships don't work the way you want them to, or how you wish there were some good ones left, things along those lines. So some of the thoughts that you think when it comes to romance are actually blocking you. They're putting you in this like mental self-imposed prison, basically. So then let's go ahead and read what the charms say if you continue growth and you continue to work on the new relationship energy that's coming in. So I'm going to shake up this box because we've had like a change in energy. All right. Sorry about the wiggly table. I just wanted to make sure you could hear the reading. All right. So if you keep making the changes that you're making, look what keeps showing up. So keep working on that. I feel like your guides have been giving you kind of like hints about this for a while, but you're not quite sure how to do it. And what's happening, because you're not making those changes, things aren't going anywhere. So we have this little truck and the plane are kind of like smushed into each other. So you can't drive the car or fly the plane, so you can't move. But I do feel that your guides have some secrets. Secret came out again. And so did Cool. I do feel that some of the like confusion that you feel, or like not understanding, it's almost like this feeling of not understanding how relationships work. Or like, why do other people get in relationships? Why can't I find a relationship? Why do I always end up in the friend zone? Oh wow, they're connected by a piece of Avery's hair. So there's this like, you feel like there's some kind of secret code or secret way that people end up in romantic relationships. And really, it's just people liking each other, continuing to be sweet to each other, focused on each other. Man, yeah, there's definite change happening. I feel like that's why my throat is kind of like clogged up a little bit. So then we have this little bow and arrow here all by itself, facing out into a completely different direction than this little like crash here. I really do feel that some of the things that you are changing and adjusting, I don't feel like you're fixing anything. The idea that we are broken as humans, I feel like is sometimes the thing that stops us from really healing, from moving forward. So healing is not necessarily mending something that's broken. That's kind of how we normally think of it. But sometimes healing can just be strengthening, it can be building. So it's not saying, oh, this is really broken, there's nothing else we can do with this. It's saying something more along the lines of like, I want to see what I can do differently. I want to see what I can adjust. I want to see what life is like if I have this set of circumstances. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do the bonus cards. So these, all of my readings get bonus cards, but the ones that I did for you, these are going to be the Oracles of the Crystal Ball. So it is going to be shaky a little bit because of the table. But let's go ahead. I'm going to pull you 3 of them. So while I'm shuffling these cards, if you could do me a favor and think about your experiences, basically ask your guides some questions. Not necessarily yes or no, but just like, what insight should I have when it comes to romance? There we go. Now the cards are really flipping out. All right. What is... They're all flipped around. Give me 1 second. They all are going crazy now. So let me get that 3rd one. Ooh. All right. That one just fell on the floor. Okay. Let's go ahead and we will see what we have. So message number 1 is saying happiness is around the corner. And I really do feel this. I feel that there is a reason that there was a second reading that was needing to be done. I feel that you have adjusted and changed something, and it has put you in this whole different position, a whole different trajectory, a whole different path. And happiness is around the corner because you decided to go on that path. The next one says, eat a treat. So I do feel that sometimes you kind of put yourself in like lockdown. Like you really want your life to look or be a certain way. And so sometimes you're like, no, you don't deserve a treat, or you don't deserve to be spoiled. But yes, you do. You're the only one that's available to spoil you the way you know you want to be spoiled, because it's you. So then the 3rd one is peers are misguiding you. So I feel that you are talking to other people around you about relationships and what you want and how you hope things work out. And those people are giving you advice from their own life experiences. Unfortunately, if people don't heal or like fix or change or do something different to their circumstances, then their lives are going to go forward in the same path. So some of the people that are kind of giving you this information, they do have your best interest at heart. They're not trying to like sway you or have something bad happen. They definitely want you to have good things in your life. And that's why they're giving you advice and guidance, because they're like, oh, well, you know, I had a similar experience when it came to love, and this is what I did. But unfortunately, some of those friends didn't choose the most healthy choices when it came to relationships. And so if you're following their same advice, you have to look at what happened with their relationships and what kind of advice you've given them. And it may be that this is a time in your life when you need like a professional person to give you some guidance rather than like the friends and family members that are around you. Not that there's anything wrong with the friends and family members around you, but definitely sometimes it helps to have a person who like studied human thought processes and how relationships work and can kind of give you more insight into yourself as well as your relationships. So I would definitely advise that you, if you're not able to find someone to talk to, then I would definitely suggest being more particular or more cognizant of who you are picking to share information with. So it would be important that you if you feel, hey, you know, when I look at this person, the way they've conducted themselves in relationships, it hasn't always worked and they've gotten their, hurt and they've been abused. I feel that maybe I should get some insight from someone who hasn't gone through those experiences or who is not recently going through those experiences so that I can get a fresh perspective on the situation. All right. Well, thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. Thank you for letting me know about the recording so I could make it better for you. And I appreciate you trusting me to read for you.